Tell me you have a toddler without telling me you have a toddler. Should I be eating barbecue potato chips? No. Do I like barbecue potato chips? No. Am I eating barbecue potato chips? Yes. It has sugar in it, so I shouldn't be eating it, but you know, here we are. Hello friends, my name is Sarah. I'm the artist and maker behind Denim and Rain. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a cross between my Knit With Me and projects video. The last video I did, the Knit With Me one, or maybe it was the one before, I don't know. I had comment and a message saying they liked the casual chill feel of that one. So we're going with that today because my house is currently a tornado. Insert video here of said tornado. We're remodeling our bedroom, so our closet is currently the living room and our bed is in the family room, and it's a hot mess. So my normal background is less cute, but I can kind of control this little area. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and I didn't feel like making a big to-do for a projects video. I just wanted it to be casual and relaxed because I don't have a whole lot of energy because I've been remodeling our room for many days and it's a lot of work because I'm doing it on my own, and I've got some life stuff happening and business stuff happening and I'm just exhausted. But I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on and how it's going, so let's dive in. But I have no finished objects today because I don't. I'm not going to justify it or explain it. Life's been busy. I've not had as much knitting time, and the things I was like determined to finish and work on, I just haven't because I've lost the willpower. So we'll start with the first one. The one that I'm going to put this thing in timeout. It's going in timeout. It's living in a project bag that I've made. I love this fabric. I'm pretty sure it's, I don't know what it is. I would try and rack my brain, but I don't have the energy to rack my brain and remember what fabric this is. But yeah, it's really pretty. So my daughter's sweater is going in timeout. And let's talk about why. So here we are. Oh, doesn't it look so good? I'm in love with it. So why is it going in timeout, you ask? Because actually yesterday I knit about that much on the sleeve. We were making good progress. This is just a Raglan, no pattern, just kind of cast on a certain amount of stitches that I thought would fit her. Did some math for the amount of stitches on the sleeves, the front, the back, etc. And I'm using Loops and Threads Cozy Wool Tweed, which is a polyamide acrylic wool blend. It's super fuzzy and soft. And so I got to here yesterday. I put it on my daughter. Fits her so good with lots of extra room. So even if I wait until next fall, unless she like grows like a foot, it's gonna fit her. Like even if she does sprout up that much, it'll be like a cute cropped one. So the only way it wouldn't fit her is in length, but again, it could be a cropped one. But I tried it on her, saw where I wanted the pink to end, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna knit X amount more rounds of pink, and then I'm going to cast on this purpley color, so that way it's like nice and like, see how it like basically almost matches up with the body? Yeah, so that was the plan. So last night, once I got into the amount of pink that I was happy with, I just grabbed the strands that was hanging out of the bag and put it in and started knitting. And then the ball pulled out of the bag. And I'm looking at this little thing here, this flat, sad looking little ball. And looking at this, and I still have like this much more to go on it and a second sleeve. I'm realizing this sad flat little ball is not enough to finish both sleeves. I do have this other sad little portion that I don't honestly know what happened. This pulled out of the middle at some point and then just kind of fell. I don't know why or what's happening, but there are these two little chunks and it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for both sleeves for this amount of dark. So I have to rip back. It's not a huge amount of knitting. I'm not upset about the amount of knitting that I'm ripping out. I don't want to deal with it right now. I don't want to rip anything out right now. I just want to knit. I just want to knit. I don't want to think. I don't want to have to do math. I just want to knit. So I was frustrated last night and was like, are you kidding me? I have to rip out. I have to redo this. And I was so excited because I ended at like the perfect spot. I mean, maybe like a row or two too far after the pink. I should have maybe done a few more rows of the purple. So I was like thinking, bam, this is spot on. This is gonna look so good. And now I have to rip it back and do mainly just the pink. And then I'll just do the cuffs in the purple, which is what I had envisioned for the sweater. I could see if I can find somebody destashing some of this, but I don't want to bring in any more yarn when I technically have enough to finish it. It's just not going to be the look I initially wanted. She's going to like it no matter what. That's what I have to focus on. There's a bug crawling on the wall. Ew. Squirrel. So yeah. That's where I'm at with that one. I'm annoyed. I had a feeling I was maybe going to... What happened? Did my string got cut? Whatever. Anyways, that's where I'm at with that project. I'm annoyed at it. It's still gonna be good. It's just not gonna be exactly what I wanted. I don't have a problem with ripping back knitting. I don't have a problem with that at all. Doesn't bother me. I've done it lots of times. I've ripped out entire sweaters before to knit new things, but I don't want to do that right now. I just want to knit. So, moving on to my next thing. Again, one of my project bags. Just gonna wait till this person passes past my window so they don't think I'm crazy. Okay, we're good. The next project is my Corran cardigan. Not Corran. I've been pronouncing that wrong. I am sorry. The A at the end goes I, not ah. So, my Corran cardigan is not done. I was hoping to have it done by now, but I don't know why, you guys, but knitting this lace flat, it went so fast for me. I knit this body up so quickly, but for some reason, knitting that lace in a small circumference on magic loop is taking me forever. And you like have to knit it longer than you think. Like, this sleeve is way too long, but it's going to block out this way, which means you have to knit it longer. So let me just kind of pull that sleeve on here for you and turn my ring so I don't snag the lace. What is going on? It looks small on me. It looks very tight because it isn't blocked. So yeah, this sleeve won't be this tight. It will have a little bit more. It will have like maybe a 1/2 inch of ease or something like that. I don't know actually how much ease is supposed to be in the sleeves. I should look at that like a good pattern tester, right? When I blocked my swatch, I got gauge. This is not getting gauge at the moment. It's a little small, but I know it's going to block out because look at that. Look at that. So if I pull it out like this, I am currently at perfect sleeve length. Just add some ribbing there and bam, we're done. So I will do the ribbing I think tonight, and then I'm going to pick up to do the collar and like button band because I am slightly concerned I'm not going to get it done in time for the end of the test, and I really hope I can, because I don't think I've ever been late for a test knit before. I've done quite a few and I've never been late, but it's quite possible I might be late with this one, just because, again, life. So I want to at least make sure I get the neckband portion of it done, so that way I can provide my feedback, which I feel like everybody always catches things like way before me, and by the time I get my feedback, it's like everything I saw has already been fixed. But I also want to take photos, because that's like, I know people have mixed feelings on it, but I feel like part of like the test knit is like taking photos to show how the finished object looks on different people and done in different styles, especially like this one, because there are technically like 4 different variations that you can do. There's a V-neck and a round neck, and then there's short sleeve, long sleeve. So you've got lots of different combos that you can do. So I'm doing the V-neck long sleeve. So I want to make sure that my version in my size is finished for photos, so that way people who want to make the pattern can see what it looks like on a body similar to them. So I think that's like an important part of the test knit, is making sure I have photos. So if I at least finish the neckband, I could like kind of hide my right arm so it looks like it's finished. I don't want to do that, but worst case scenario, if I can't get it done, I could do that. I did not say, but I am knitting this out of Holst Garn, the Coast base in the color Clove, and it is 55% lamb's wool, 45% cotton, and I am holding this double to create a DK weight. It's a light fingering weight. It does bloom very nicely, and I find it to be soft. I know lots of people don't like cotton. They feel it's like kind of dry or heavy. Me personally, I like it. I mean, this is like so ridiculously light. It's so light, and I don't find it grabby at all. I mean, but it does have wool in it too, but I don't find cotton heavy or dry feeling at all. I like cotton. I'm currently wearing a cotton t-shirt, so yeah. But I'm excited to work on this more. Again, the Corran cardigan, I am testing it for Rebecca of Creabea. It's going good. I'm really enjoying the pattern. My only gripe with it is that it's bottom up and that the sleeves are taking forever, but that's no fault of the pattern. It's just me. It's just me. It's fine. But again, I should be able to do the cuff tonight and pick up for the button band. Really wanna get that part done. And I'm looking forward to a little bit of ribbing versus the lace, which is crazy. It's a very easy lace, by the way. Super easy to memorize. It's easy to memorize. Wow. And it's very intuitive, it's simple, it's easy. I've found I can knit on it while I'm chatting with people. Again, at the moment, I just want to knit and not think. So, that being said, I have a couple of other projects that I started. So, well, no, I didn't start this one. I'm going to show you my waffle blanket. This project I started a while ago, and I have added, since last time I shared it, I've added this much to it. So quite a few rows. It is, let me fold it in half. It's always easier to show it folded in half. It's double this width, and then, yeah. It's gonna be good. This blanket is going to be for our bedroom. I am thinking at this point, I just started the second giant ball of acrylic yarn. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to have enough to finish the whole blanket in this color, Kind of also depends on how big I want to crochet it. But I have this whole ball and then several portions of another ball, like they've been wound into other random balls, and then a start of a project that somebody had made. The yarn came from somebody's mother. They were moving into an assisted living, a care home, and so they went through their yarn and offered it up to me. So this was, I think, the only yarn I ended up keeping. And it's just an acrylic. I don't know which one it is. It's just like an ivory white creamy-ish color. I know I'm not going to be able to color match this because, one, I don't know what brand it is. Two, it's older because it's been in storage for years and years and years. So, I mean, color changed from, you know, years of it hanging around and age coloring, I guess you could call it. And then also, who knows if dye recipes have changed over the years. So I know I'm not going to be able to color match this perfectly. And I can't handle dye lot changes. It drives me crazy, especially if it's noticeable. So I'm actually going to crochet the last bit, I think, in black. Like a cream and then black. Maybe. Because our bedroom, I've just painted it blue, like a really dark blue, and then we're doing light wood for like an accent wall we're going to do eventually. The windowsill is going to be a light wood we're going to put in. Floating shelves are going to be a light colored wood, and then the other furniture we have in there is black. So I'm thinking having that black on the bed will be kind of nice. So I'm really enjoying this. Crochet for me is a comfort. I'm really enjoying working on this project. I set it aside because, well, it's a blanket and there's no hurry for it. I usually cast on blankets with no intentions of finishing them right away, but this project has been a comfort thing for me. Whenever there's any sort of stressful stuff going on in life, I crave crochet. The only reason I don't crochet more is because it's really hard on my hands and my wrist. I used to do like production crochet. I used to crochet tons of bear hoods and bonnets and stuff. And like I would go like a week solid of just crocheting nonstop. And then by the end of the week, my hands would just be killing me. My wrists would be on fire and I couldn't move them very well. So I'd have to take long breaks. And then I just kind of was like, I need to stop doing this. So I stopped making those things to sell, and then found knitting, and found knitting was much, much easier on my hands. But for some reason, crochet just feels like a warm hug. Call me crazy, but there's just something about it that's very comforting to me. So I'm enjoying working on this project. I only do at most like 3 rows at a time, just because I am still aware that it is hard on my wrist. Like I can start to feel it at the end of like 3 rows, like the pains start to come in through here on both hands. So it's kind of like, okay, time to stop and to knit. But this project is bringing me joy, and I'm happy about that. So yeah, I have on here my sunflower progress keeper. I think I have a couple in my shop still. And then I painted myself this little guy. There are none in the shop of this. This is just one that I painted. Oh, it's really annoying when it's flopping around. This is one I just painted for myself for fun. And it took forever to paint this because it's so teeny weeny. Like, look at that. But I was so happy with how it turned out. And I did have a lot of messages about it when I had shared it in my stories. People really liked it. I don't know if I'm gonna paint this one to sell or not. So, but I do like it. It turned out really pretty. But it just took a long time to paint it because it's so tiny. Now this project I should have been done with. But after I shared it with you guys, the next time I went to work on it, I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? I don't like this at all. So my headband, bam, this guy. Beautiful indie dyed yarn. I am knitting a like headscarf headband type thing out of, similar to the Sofie Scarf, but not really. This one is going to be a little bit skinnier than I think Petite Knits is, and I don't actually know that much about the pattern. I didn't look it up. I just kind of cast on and have made it my own. I am doing a 2-stitch I-cord edging. I started with, I think, 2 stitches at the bottom, and I have currently increased to 13, 12, 13 something stitches here. Yeah, with the 2 I-cords on the end. But, so, I frogged it because of 2 reasons. One, it went too wide too fast, and I want it to be like one that I can have here and then tie in the back and have like long strings like hanging out, and it went again too wide too fast, so it wasn't going to be like cute and long and like flippy. Yeah, it wasn't what I was envisioning. The second reason was I was doing, and I knew while I was doing it too, like this is maybe going to cause an aesthetic problem. I was doing my increases on the edges, like near the edging, so it was creating like this little whoop scooch out. I think actually I have a couple down here. I didn't frog all the way back, I just went back a certain point. You can see here it goes whoop out instead of it just staying smooth. So I wanted to do my increases in the middle of the garter so that way it was smooth on the edges. So yeah, I was about halfway done when I made this discovery that I didn't like what was going on. And I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to like what was going on when I was at the beginning, but I kept on, so it's my own fault. But we've ripped back, we've started again, because again, I'm not afraid to rip things out and start over. But yeah, I'm about this, it's about this long. I don't know, what would you call that? 2 feet-ish? I want to say I'm about halfway. I tie a knot in the back. Yeah, about halfway. I'm really happy with it so far. I think it's going to be really good. And we're actually going to have a lot of yarn left over, I'm surprised. So I might make a second one for a gift or for my daughter. Yeah, my random little scarfy guy, which should have been done by now, but it's not. It's fine. It'll be done next time. I did say that my Corran cardigan would probably be done by this time, but you know, it's not. We have no finished things. Oops. Okay, what I did do last night when I was frustrated with my daughter's sweater and was like, I'm done with this, I cast on my second test knit for Rebecca of Creabea. Do I have any business doing this? No, I do not. No, I do not. Not yesterday, the day before, I swatched for this project, and then last night after my daughter's sweater, I was like, I need some stockinette in the round, something I don't have to figure out the math for. I just can cast on and knit. Now it did technically require a little bit of thought because the pattern is kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing. So it's a basic Raglan t-shirt that you can add eyelets to, stripes to, texture to, etc. And I've been thinking on it for a while, like what kind of adventure I want to seek with this pattern. And originally I was thinking I wanted to do some embroidery on it or stripes. But I attempted some embroidery on my swatch, very quickly realized I hated it. It was looking bad. I have no patience. I know I hate hand sewing, so why I thought embroidery would be a good idea, I'm not really sure why. So I was like, that's not gonna go. It's not gonna work. And then the yarn I have picked out for it, I don't have another color I really want to stripe with it. So I decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with something simple and classic and basic. So I decided on changing the ribbing. I'm changing the ribbing to an I-cord. So I did that yesterday. I cast on, picked up, and did an I-cord edging. It's really blowing out, sorry. For a very simple look, we're going to do, me, I'm going to do the I-cord on the neck, the sleeve, and then I also am thinking in the back to do a nice like scoopy scoop, and then maybe a small mini scoop in the front, and kind of like almost like split hemi, but like just scalloped, so the back goes down longer and the front just has a little one, and then do the I-cord along the edge there. Thinking that's what I'm gonna do to like make it my own. I also, instead of making for my Raglan increases, instead of doing make ones, I am doing knit front and back loop. I don't know, for me, I like a defined Raglan edge, and I feel like having the purl stitches make it kind of like, look at me, I'm a Raglan type thing. So yeah, I'm not super far into it yet, so there's not a whole lot to say. So far the pattern's been easy to read, pretty simple. I mean, it is a Raglan, but the beauty of it is if you don't want to do your own math and figure this out, the math is there, and then you can just plug in whatever extra things you want to do to it. So that's the fun part. On here I have my Hello Lavender stitch marker. So it's like the Pyrex one, which I actually have the plates, the Corral plates that have this pattern on it. So yeah, super exciting at the moment, but you know, I did my short rows. My short rows are done. I'm ready to just go round and round and round and round and stockinette. That's making me happy. Okay, yarn. Should probably tell you what yarn I'm using, right? You're sitting there thinking, great, we know that it's the Tolsta by Creabea, like, but what yarn are you using? I am using Mayflower, which is a yarn I bought off of Hobie's website. I don't think this isn't produced by them. I think it's just a yarn that they carry on their website. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but I think that's where we're at. And this is a cotton merino. It's a 50% cotton, 50% merino. It's technically, I think, a sport weight, but the pattern is a DK weight, but I'm getting gauge and I really like the fabric it's creating, so we are going with it. This color is 203. It's kind of blowing out. It's a very pale gray with like slight blue tint to it. Yeah, it's really nice. It's very soft, and I'm looking forward to wearing this. I bought this yarn with the intentions of a camisole number 5, I think, by My Favorite Things Knitwear. But then got a little turned off by the pattern because everybody knit it last year, and I'm just like, I'm that person who doesn't want to do what everybody else is doing, even if I really want to, because yeah, that's just how I roll apparently. But I also kind of decided if I was going to do like a pattern like that, I actually want it to be a darker yarn. So, and I could over dye it, but that's too much work. So I am doing a t-shirt out of it instead. I have like, I want to knit all the spring things, you guys. All the spring things. I don't know why usually I love knitting sweaters, but I'm just kind of, I don't want to work on any sweaters at the moment. So I want to work on this a lot because I want the finished object, and then I really, really want to cast on some tank tops. Really want some tank tops. So I've been like on Ravelry like non-stop looking at patterns. There's some patterns that I think maybe, and there are some that I'm like absolutely yes, and there are some that I'm like almost that I might get or like just kind of re-engineer or make it a little bit different so it's exactly how I want it. I don't know. There's lots of things I want to knit that are summer related, but I'm starting with this because I don't have to think about it too much. It is a test knit, so I need to pay attention, obviously, but I don't have to fix it in any way. It's just going to be a basic Raglan with the I-cords. And that's that. I have not been painting as much recently because of my bedroom and just life. So So not a whole lot of painting has happened. I'm pretty sure I didn't show this one to you last time. Let me just look real quick here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I stopped at that page. I don't think I shared this one last time. But I did this stormy painting. I actually have a full video, a time-lapse video here on YouTube, me doing this one. I do find it slightly interesting. YouTube is weird. I haven't figured out how the algorithm works, though I don't know if there really is a way to figure out how YouTube and Instagram algorithms work. Because I was getting like mass amount of views, and like now even my like the amount of subscribers I have don't see my videos, so I don't know how this works. But I always get tons of comments on my art within my knitting videos, but then when I publish just straight art videos, they're not seen or viewed by like anybody. Like a normal knitting video gets between like 700 and like at most like 2,000 views, which I mean I have almost 3,000 subscribers, something like that. So I mean even that's like kind of low, but this got like 60 something views. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. It's super low. Everybody's like, oh, your art, your art. And here I post a video of just art and it doesn't get seen. So I don't know. I have to figure out the YouTubes and figure out how to market my art videos, because I want to share more of my art. I really enjoy recording my process. And like I did a video of my Star Wars painting I had done, and I had like a short little chatting point of the video, and then just kind of had music going on the rest of it, and then this one is just a time lapse with music. So I also have to figure out like what people want out of an art video. What do you guys, would you like that? Like, and if so, would you rather me talk about my process and what I'm doing? Or do you like just listening to music and watching somebody paint? Do you like watching people paint, or is that just so crazy boring? Do you like time lapse or real time and like snippets of it? Let me know. Let me know. I could be just way overthinking this, which is probably the case. Or people just might not be into seeing the art at all, and I'm just wasting my time creating content like that. Who knows? But here's the other paintings I have finished. I have this window one, which I'm really happy with. This one actually took me 3 different sessions working on it, which is funny because it's super teeny tiny. But I just like kept having no motivation to work on it. I kept having to start, stop, start, stop. And then this one, I found both of these photos, or both of these paintings are based off of photos that I referenced on Unsplash. And when I was done, this area of the painting was actually kind of driving me crazy because there's like this huge space on this house that has absolutely nothing, but that's how the house actually is. Like if I were looking at this, it's like composition, like I would think this is off. There needs to be a window or something happening here. It's unbalanced. But that's how the house actually is. And every time I look at it, I think, oh, it's unbalanced. It needs a window. But there wasn't a window, and I didn't like, I mean, I could have added a window, but at the same time, like a window here wouldn't make sense because that's like the roof, like the ceiling for this room would like cut right there. So it'd be like this weird, yeah. I'm way overthinking it, but I'm really happy with it. It turned out really pretty. I really like the flowers that are in it. And the little flower details turned out really nice, and the windows and everything turned out really good. So those are the only paintings I've finished in a couple of weeks, just because I haven't had the time to paint. Also, I have a tendency, my mind just kind of wanders and meanders a lot when I paint, which is fine, but at the moment I kind of don't want my mind wandering and thinking on all sorts of random things, so I just kind of, I have been listening to a book though. I've been listening to North and South by Elizabeth Glasgow. I don't remember. It's an old book. I love North and South. I've read it before in physical form, and now I'm listening to it. And I've watched the mini-series by BBC, and I love it so much. It's one of my favorites, like, historical drama, romance stories. I'm not a huge romance fan. I don't like romance stories very much, but I like them when they're in a more historical context and that's not like the main focus of the story. Like, I do love Jane Austen, though. I like that type of things. I also love Georgette Hare. Her stuff is really good, too. But I'm really enjoying listening to the book. It's just a free version on Audible, and I am loving it. The narrator is really great. I don't remember her name. I'm really bad at names, but I'm really enjoying it. I've been painting our bedroom and working on that, and I've just got my headphones on and I'm listening to a book, and it's been really nice. Last night I had to convince myself to go to sleep because my husband was playing video games and I was listening to the book while I was knitting on this, and my husband was getting ready for bed and I was like, oh, already? And then I looked at my watch and was like, oh, it's 11:30. Like, I guess, yeah, we probably should go to bed. And then I went, brushed my teeth and washed my face and stuff, and then went and laid back in bed and was like, I really want to keep listening to that book, but I probably shouldn't. I should probably go to sleep. I know what happens, so, but it's just like a really engaging story and I really like it. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. Thank you guys so much for stopping in and watching. Make sure you check out my other videos. They've been performing very poorly lately. I don't know why. It feels silly also to ask people, go watch my videos, please. Like, if you don't want to watch them, don't watch them. But if you liked this video, maybe hit the like and subscribe and go watch some other videos. Yeah. It always feels very salesy to say that to me. I know it's like kind of like the thing, like in order to get more engagement, you got to get people to engage with your current videos, but it feels like sales, even though I'm not really making any money off of it. It still feels that way. But thank you for watching and watching any of my other videos and commenting. I love reading your guys' comments. Even if I don't respond to all of them, I at least read them all and give them a little heart. I don't know what that's called here on YouTube. I know lots about YouTube, don't I? It's a good thing I'm on here. And anyways, I'm gonna go now because otherwise I'm going to ramble forever and ever, and usually I'm pretty good at a nice clean end to my videos, but today it's a little rambly. So thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. You can find out the links to all the places you can find me down below. We'll see you next time. Bye.